This is the marinade and all the flavor for the sheet pan chicken dinner. I have 2 tablespoons of Lawry seasoning salt, and you can use a seasoning salt of your choice. A 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and this is optional, 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon each of thyme and rosemary, and give the rosemary a crush between your fingers. The recipe calls for 1/2 to 3/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. I have a lot of vegetables and chicken, so I'm using 3/4 cup. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of mustard, or you can use Dijon mustard, giving that a good mix to incorporate. And I am spooning out about 4 tablespoons of the marinade and reserving for the vegetables. I have 6 bone-in chicken thighs that I'm thoroughly coating with the marinade. I like to get some of the marinade under the skin if I can. I'm covering, refrigerating, and letting the chicken marinate for 4 to 6 hours, or even overnight is better. You can use any vegetables that you like. Tonight I have some cauliflower, and I'm just sprinkling some of the marinade over the top. I also have some diced potatoes, carrots, and zucchini. I'm drizzling the rest of the marinade over the top and giving everything a good toss. I have my oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm placing the marinated chicken on the sheet pan and then surrounding with all the vegetables. This is going in the oven and baking for 1 hour or until the internal temp of the chicken reaches 165 degrees. Dinner is done and it smells so good. Letting the chicken rest for about 15 minutes before serving. All that juice on the bottom is flavor, so remember to spoon lots over the chicken and vegetables. This is such an easy and delicious sheet pan chicken dinner. I hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy. Chicken thighs are affordable, cook evenly, and are delicious. They are one of the best cuts of meat for your money, and fortunately, there are tons of different recipes using chicken thighs. Once you try this easy garlic brown sugar chicken recipe, it will be one of your favorites. Tender, juicy chicken with crispy skin and a sweet brown sugar garlicky sauce. You will be amazed at how easy and how delicious this recipe is. So let's get started. Here I have a family pack of bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs that I cleaned, trimmed, and patted dry. I'm seasoning both sides with a little salt and black pepper, but you can season with whatever you like. You will need an oven-proof pan. On medium-high heat, I'm adding in about 3 tablespoons of oil, and I'm using a high-temp avocado oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. The butter will help flavor and nicely brown the chicken, and the avocado oil will help prevent the butter from burning. I'm placing the chicken thighs skin side down and cooking for 3 to 4 minutes or until a nice crust forms, and then flipping over and cooking for another 2 to 3 minutes. I have a good bit of chicken here, so I'm cooking in 2 batches. Once done, I'm removing the chicken from the pan and setting to the side. I left a couple tablespoons of oil and fat in the pan, and I'm adding in 2 more tablespoons of butter. I have my heat on medium, and I'm adding in 8 cloves of minced garlic, cooking and stirring for about 30 seconds. And I'm also adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. This is optional, but I highly recommend at least a pinch. The heat really adds a nice balance to the garlic and brown sugar. Speaking of brown sugar, this is 1/3 cup. Giving that a toss until the fats absorb the sugar and then adding in a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Cooking and stirring and scraping the bottom to lift up all those tidbits on the bottom of the pan. This is a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and this will add the saltiness. I'm also adding in a couple tablespoons of honey to help form a nice glaze. A little sprinkle of thyme for an earthy flavor, and a little more black pepper. Giving that a stir and bringing up to a simmer. Once at a simmer, I'm adding in a slurry of 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. Just adding a little at a time, and the sauce will thicken almost immediately. Cooking for only a minute or until the sauce turns from milky to clear again, and then turning off my heat. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm taking my chicken pieces and turning and rolling in the sauce to thoroughly coat. As the chicken finishes cooking in the oven, it will produce more juices and form a nice sauce. The garlic brown sugar flavor will infuse the chicken, and the skin will become crispy good. Don't forget to add all the juices from the chicken. I'm sprinkling the chicken with a little more thyme and garlic powder. The chicken thighs are going in the oven and cooking for 30 to 40 minutes, and this depends on the amount of chicken that you have. The internal temp should be 165 degrees Fahrenheit, but I like it fall apart tender, and that is more like 200 degrees Fahrenheit. This is where you need smell-o-vision. The garlic brown sugar chicken is done and looking and smelling good. I like to baste the chicken with that yummy sweet garlic sauce and let it rest for 10 minutes before serving. Garnishing with some fresh chopped parsley. You can see the delicious garlic brown sugar sauce is rich and thick. Make sure you spoon some of that amazing sauce over the chicken. You can serve the garlic brown sugar baked chicken with any sides. Today was a hot one, so I'm serving with some coleslaw. The chicken is so tender, juicy, and flavorful. You will not be disappointed. I hope you give this easy and delicious garlic brown sugar baked chicken thighs recipe a try, and enjoy. If you like this video recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love!